My people, hey, it don't happen. It don't shele. Moto don't jam am. This one even past accident. Can you imagine the Lord of Natasha? Hey, the God of Natasha is a mighty God because hey, what? What? Not even up to a week after Senator Natasha attempted to resume her duties at the Senate, and now we are hearing that the hierarchy in the Senate president and Okpeyemi Bamidele, they had a heated argument that almost led to a physical altercation. Can you imagine? They almost exchanged blows, according to reports. Hey, that's why I said the God of Natasha is a mighty God. I mean, mighty, he mighty. Before we delve right into the details of today's news, to take a look at why, these two very high-ranking senators threw caution to the wind and almost exchanged blows. If you have not subscribed to this channel or this is your first time here, what are you doing? What are you doing on YouTube and you're not subscribed to Newsroom Nigeria? Who is your news plug? Safe, let me ask. Who is your news plug other than Newsroom Nigeria? This is the place you need to be at. So please click on that subscribe button. Also give this video a massive thumbs up. That way we encourage to keep giving you more reliable and authentic news. Lastly, please leave your opinions in the comment section. I respond to all of my comments. Without further delay, my people, let's delve right into the details of today's news. The tension erupted during an executive session convened to deliberate on whether to adjourn the current legislative sitting this week or next week for the Senate's traditional 2 months annual recess. Sources told Sarah reporters that disagreements among the leadership over the adjournment plan led to visible cracks within the chamber's top hierarchy. The Nigerian Senate witnessed a dramatic altercation on Wednesday evening as at a closed-door session descended into chaos, with Senate President Godswill Akpabio and Senate Leader Okpeyemi Bamidele engaging in a shouting match that nearly escalated into a physical confrontation. The tension erupted during an executive session convened to deliberate on whether to adjourn the current legislative sitting this week or next week for the Senate's traditional 2 months annual recess. Sources told Sarah reporters that disagreements among the leadership over the adjournment plan led to visible cracks within the chamber's top hierarchy. It was learned that Senator Aliu Nzume, in a pointed observation, criticized the Senate leadership for failing to hold a prior meeting to unify their position before bringing the matter to the floor. He reportedly said that was not how things should be done, urging the leadership to show greater coordination. Ndume's comment appeared to ignite long-simmering frustrations as Senate Leader Okpeyemi Bamidele publicly voiced his displeasure with Senate President Godswill Akpabio's leadership style. "I am frustrated as Senate Leader working under Senate President Akpabio," Bamidele reportedly said in the heated session. "He does not call leadership meetings. He doesn't consult with anyone. He is autocratic. In fact, I am contemplating resigning as Senate Leader." Wow. When I said it don't happen, it don't shele, you people were doubting. It never happened like this. You guys, don't forget that just a few days ago, Natasha, after she was prevented from resuming her duties, said that this Senator Godswill Akpabio's regime is very different from other regimes that they've ever had. She said that this regime is very different. The way they do their things, it is autocratic. And in fact, those working under Akpabio are just, forcing themselves. They are working in fear. They do not want to offend him. They are just, managing, working under him. Most of them cannot voice out their concern. And this is exactly the same thing that the Senate leader is now voicing out, saying that, in fact, I am frustrated with working under him. He does not follow due process. He does not call leadership meetings. His own style is just autocratic. You can tell by the way he handled Senator Natasha's situation. No one is saying that Senator Natasha shouldn't have, taken the seat that the new seat that was allocated to her. But notwithstanding, the way and manner in which the Senator Akpabio handled everything just made it, to escalate into what it has now become now. And this is exactly the same concern that Senator Bamidele is now voicing, that, hey, I never see this kind of leadership before. This one, autocratic leadership. He just does anything he wants and thinks that other people would follow along. He does not call leadership meetings and so on and so forth. Anyway, guys, let's continue. Akpabio, visibly angered by Bamidele's remarks, fired back sharply, in quotes, Senator Akpabio should sit down. He cannot speak while I am speaking. I am in charge here. This is the autocratic style that we are talking about. You don't want people to voice their concern about your type of leadership, about your style of leadership. If you are leading people, at least you want to get a feedback from them, on how you're doing so far, whether they're satisfied or how you should change, maybe you should change your style of leadership or what they think that you should do better. But in Senator Akpabio's case, he does not want to hear. He does not want to hear anything. How can you be telling a fellow senator to shut up and sit down? He cannot speak while I'm speaking. I am in charge. This is according to Senator Godswill Akpabio. Moving on. Akpabio reportedly yelled, I have served as commissioner, two-term governor, Senate minority leader, and a powerful minister. And so what? Add that to your CV. Tell me you did not embezzle money during all these times that you say you've served. You served as a commissioner. You served as a two-term governor. You served as a Senate minority leader. And so you served as a minister. So that means you're bigger than everyone else. People should not voice their concern. People should not be able to, not reprimand. I wanted to say reprimand, but not reprimand. But at least they should be able to express themselves and let you know that if like say you don't do mistake here, or you should adjust, or this is what you should do better. He doesn't even want to hear about that. He doesn't even want to know if they have concerns or not. He doesn't even want to do better, because if it's a kind of person that wants to do better or has any interest in at least satisfying people, and to some extent you cannot satisfy everybody. But to some extent, you should, as a leader, aim towards, perfection in one way or the other. Aim towards at least satisfying, most people, not all people. Like I said, you cannot satisfy everybody. But you saying that you were once a commissioner, you were a two-time governor, and so what? I think that you should not even just say that it was once a governor or a minister. You should ask, I once embezzled money, so time. You should add that to your CV as well, because the way he was talking about, I was once a commissioner, I was once a minister, as if people did not vote for you to occupy those positions, except for, being a minister. It does not require people to vote for him to be a minister. But at least you being a governor, what are the dividends of democracy that you brought to your people during those times? What did your people benefit from you being a two-time governor? Those are the questions, that needs to be answered. It is not just enough for you to just say, I was a one-time governor, I was a two-term governor, I was once this, I was once that. How impactful was your leadership? How impactful, in fact, is your leadership currently? How is it? Are you able to impact lives positively? Or you just want to, continue ruling autocratically over other people? Anyway, moving forward, my people, I know the Senate rules and leadership rule more than you. The fact that you have stayed longer, even if you stayed, it's possible to have stayed 100 years. Let me just example, hypothetically speaking, it's possible for you to stay 100 years as a senator or at the Senate and still not know the rules, like somebody who has stayed for 5 years. It's not how long, but how well, just like people say. Anyway, moving on. No official statement had been issued as of the time of filing this report. Efforts to reach the chairman of the Senate Committee on Media and Public Affairs, Senator Yemi Adaramodu, were unsuccessful, as his phone lines were unreachable and he was also offline on WhatsApp. Similar altercation reports dismissed in 2024. Reports of a similar altercation between the two Senate leaders also surfaced in November 2024, but were later dismissed as fake news. So this is not even the first time. At the time, the office of a Senate leader, led by Senator Bamidele Okayemi, debunked reports of an alleged altercation and physical fight between him and the Senate President Akpabio. The report was earlier circulated on X social media platform by a journalist called Jackson Ude. However, the Senate leader's office dismissed it as fake news aimed at tarnishing the image of the Senate leadership. In a statement issued by the Directorate of Media and Public Affairs of the Senate leader's office, it was clarified that Senator Bamidele had never engaged in physical assault in his over 2 decades of political career, including his time as president of the National Association of Nigerian Students. You all, let's have your thoughts and your opinions in the comments section below. What do you all think of this? Before we go, my people, let's take a look at some of the reactions we got online. Otumba says, Senator Natasha's spirit is at work. Exactly what I said. The God of Natasha, is it not a very wonderful God? Another comment here comes from Charles, who says, suspend Senator Bamidele for 6 months now for disrespecting Akpabio. Abi now, because I do not even think that Natasha insulted or even attempted to insult Senator Akpabio the way that Senator Bamidele have been quoted to have done. So it should just suspend Opeyemi Bamidele as well. Another comment here says Akpabio should be careful. Senator Bamidele is closer to the president than him. You should know that blood is thicker than water. Let's take one last comment, my people, from Okay. It says, if they are at the chamber for serious business, I'm sure they are gonna behave well, but they are rather there like the kids in the crèche, that is kindergarten, who only go to play and eat, just wait for the time to go home, and wishing that every day would be weekend or long public holidays. You all, let's have your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section. Thank you very much for always listening and watching, guys. I will see you all in my next video. Bye for now.